5% deposit versus 10% deposit when buying your first home. Which is better? Let's find out. Hi, my name is Alex Kerr. I'm a qualified mortgage broker and my passion is simplifying the mortgage process for first-time buyers. Let's get into the vid. So you might be saving for a 5% deposit, maybe you already have it, you could even have a bit more, and maybe you're wondering, should I try and get 10%? I would say there's pros and cons of both scenarios, so let's look at the pros and cons. 5% deposit mortgage pros. Pro 1. It's a lower deposit, so you are going to be able to save a 5% deposit quicker than a 10% deposit. Pro 2. There are currently lots of 5% deposit mortgages available, some of them which are supported by the government. Just a quick note, there is no advantage over having a 5% deposit mortgage supported by the government. It is security to the mortgage lender from the government so that they can carry on providing 5% deposit mortgages. They're known as the Mortgage Guarantee Scheme. Pro 3, they are available for most schemes such as shared ownership, help to buy, which, by the way, applications need to be in by the end of October 2022 in order to apply. You can buy resale homes with a 5% deposit, and for shared ownership, you only need 5% of the share you are buying. Now let's look at the cons. Con 1. The rates are higher when compared to a 10% deposit, meaning your monthly payments to pay your mortgage back will be higher. Con 2. You are more risk to the mortgage lender, so therefore the credit score will be less flexible, meaning you need an almost perfect credit score to pass with a 5% deposit. Con 3. There are some property types you may not be able to buy with a 5% deposit, or if there are a few mortgage lenders who would lend, the options would be very limited. For example, most mortgage lenders, you need a 10% to 15% deposit if you want to buy a new build or a masonette property, and to add to that with a 5% deposit, you have more of a chance of negative equity, as you have less equity when compared to a 10% deposit should house prices go down. Now let's look at the pros and cons of a 10% deposit when comparing to a 5% deposit. Pro 1. Mortgage rates will be better with a 10% deposit, meaning your monthly payments will be lower, and you may be able to choose a shorter mortgage term, meaning your mortgage could be paid off quicker. Pro 2, you'll have a bigger choice of mortgage products with a 10% deposit, as not every mortgage lender will lend with a 5% deposit, so you have a bigger chance of getting a lower rate as there is more competition between mortgage lenders. Pro 3. Not only will the credit score be less harsh when compared to a 5% deposit, but also the underwriting process will be more flexible, meaning your situation does not need to be quite as perfect when compared with a 5% deposit. Now let's look at the cons of a 10% deposit. Con 1. There's only one real disadvantage of saving for a 10% deposit versus a 5% deposit, and that it's going to take you longer to save for a 10% deposit. And by the time you have got there, rates may have gone up, house prices may have gone up, and the market may have changed when compared to the amount of time it would take you to save for a 5% deposit. So which one should you go for? I always say if you have got a chance to get onto the property ladder, then you should take it. The market can change at the drop of a hat, and what was on the table for you yesterday is completely taken away tomorrow. Historically, the property market over a long period of time, 10 to 15 years, always proves to be a good investment based on factual data from the history of the housing market. If you are in between 5 and 10% deposit, then you should really try and push for a 10% deposit. But I would rather have a 95% mortgage and own my own home compared to renting where you own 0% and you need permission to hang a picture on the wall and stuff like that. You can always overpay on the mortgage in order to get more equity in your property, so when your mortgage product ends and it's time to renew your deal, you can then choose a 90% product, as you will have at least 10% equity. If you're going for a 95% mortgage, then your credit score needs to be almost perfect across Experian, Equifax and Transunion. Transunion. Mortgage lenders could use any of these 3 credit agencies when assessing your 95% mortgage. I know some lenders that use all 3 credit agencies at the same time to check your credit, so it's vital you know what's going on across all 3. This includes making sure your voters roll record shows on each credit agency and that your credit commitments are showing, that you have no missed payments or defaults that you are unaware of. The most convenient way to do this is by downloading your checkmyfile credit file, as this holds records of all 3 credit agencies in one file. It's free for the first 30 days and £14.99 thereafter. When you are logged in, just scroll down to the bottom of the page and click Download Printable Report, where you can download your credit file as a PDF. If everything looks okay, then you should be fine for a 95% mortgage. If not, and records are missing, you need to get in touch with the credit agency. The links to download your free credit file are in the description below, along with the links to the relevant credit agencies to update any changes, as it is very common to have errors unbeknown to you in your credit file, so get that checked out ASAP before you do anything else. Today's question: what deposit are you going for? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments. Mortgage warning. Please note, we do need to let you know that your home may be repossessed if you do not keep up repayments on your mortgage. So thanks for checking out today's video. I hope it's provided you with some useful tips. Please check out the show notes for a recap and access to any links discussed today. Please consider subscribing and ringing the bell to receive notifications on our latest videos. I've been Alex Kerr, providing the best tools and tips to first-time buyers. I'll see you in the next one.